Alright, so today's lesson is on tree diagrams. There's actually going to be two parts to it. So by the end of the lesson, you're going to use a tree diagram to find the possible outcomes and probabilities of the situations. I'm also going to go ahead and link it to using a number sentence as well, so you can see how they go together. So your first example is going to be a sundae shop. You're going to construct a tree diagram for the following ice cream choices: vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry. And you can either have hot fudge or caramel topping. So how can our probability be represented? We're going to go ahead and find our, let's see, looks like they're just saying, oh, we're asking what the questions are down here, sorry. So you'd have the, I would say your choice of ice cream and topping over your total combinations. And our tree diagram is going to help us figure out our total combinations as well. Okay. So in order to go ahead and set it up, our first choice is going to be, choice number 1 is going to be our ice cream choice, and choice number 2 is going to be our topping choice. So my choice number 1, I have 3 choices. I have vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. I'm going to go ahead and use B, C, and S for my vanilla, chocolate, strawberry. Then my second choice is my topping. I can either have a hot fudge or caramel. So after vanilla, I can choose, we'll do HF for hot fudge, or a C for caramel. I'll put a CAR, so it's not the same as chocolate. Then after chocolate, I can have a hot fudge, or I can have caramel. And then strawberry, I can have hot fudge, or I can have caramel. Okay. So I found that there are 6 total possibilities for this. Okay. My questions I'm going to go ahead and use. What is the probability that you will choose chocolate and hot fudge? So if I come over here, I have chocolate and hot fudge. There's only one option for that. So that answer would be 1 out of my total possible 6. That chocolate and hot fudge is my choices. Total combinations is 6, 1 out of 6. Then if I also ask, what is the probability that I will choose caramel? For this one, I can see that I have caramel 1, 2, 3 times. My choices of caramel is 3 out of the possible 6, or we could say 1/2. Okay. If I wanted to go ahead and solve these using a number sentence, like I said, if I had to ask you about, if I said what is the possibility of choosing chocolate and hot fudge, the possibility of choosing chocolate is I have 3 choices, 1 out of 3. The possibility of choosing caramel is 1 out of 2, hot fudge or caramel. So I need chocolate and caramel. So I go ahead and, I'm sorry, chocolate and hot fudge. So I do 1/3 times 1/2 is 1/6, same answer. Okay. And then the probability of choosing caramel here, that's just an easy 1 out of 2. I have either hot fudge or caramel, 1 out of 2. Okay. Example number 2, swim shop. You are buying swim trunks from a store. You have to choose a size, color, and style. So my choice 1 is size, choice 2 is color, choice 3 is my style. You can choose between small, medium, or large. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a small, medium, or large. From there, I can go ahead and choose blue, pink, red, or brown. So I have 4 choices. So from my small, I can choose blue, red, brown. I'm going to put a BR for brown. I'll put a BL for blue. Or, oops, I forgot about pink. Pink. So I have 4 choices of smalls. The same is going to go for my mediums as well. I can do blue, red, brown, or pink. And then the same goes for my large as well too. I have 4 choices off of that. Blue, red, brown, or pink. Okay. So that's my decision 2. Decision 3 is going to be my style. I can either have a patterned or solid. So off of each one of these I'm going to put 2, pattern or solid. Okay. So I'm going to put a P for pattern and S for solid. And tree diagrams get very squished sometimes. So sometimes you have to go ahead and draw your lines out a little more. I'm thinking I'm going to run out of space though. I'm actually going to take this one. I'm going to redo this one over here, my large. Give myself some more space. Okay. So I should have, off of each size, I should have 4 colors, and then off of each of those colors I should have 2 patterns come in as well. So my total number of options of this would be, I can do small, blue, pattern, or solid. It gives me 2 options right there. So I can count up my total possibilities at the end here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means I have 24 total options, or choices. Okay. So what is the probability to choose a red pattern? First thing I can go ahead and look at there is, where do all my red patterns come into play? Let me get a red pen here. You can see that I can do a red with a pattern or solid. I can do a red here with my pattern or my solid. And then I can do a red here with my pattern or solid. So I notice that I can do 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So that gives me a 6 out of 24, or a 1/4 option. Okay. Now if I want to think about a number sentence with that 2, let's do this so you can see it a little better. Okay. For 1, I can either do a, it doesn't matter what size I choose because I'm just talking about a red pattern. So that is a 3 out of 3, I could say. And then it also, if I look at my color now, out of my 4 choices I need my red. And then it doesn't matter if I choose pattern or solid, so 2 out of 2. If I go ahead and solve that, multiply across, I get 6. Multiply across, I get 24. I get the same answer of 1/4, or 6 out of 24. Okay. And then what is the probability you would choose a solid? 2 ways to go ahead and think about this is I can go ahead over here and count up all my solids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This would be 12 out of 24, which would be half. Or I could actually do it number sentence wise as well. Okay. If I look at my size first, I don't care what size I'm getting, so 3 out of 3 is fine. I don't care what color I'm getting, so 4 out of 4 is fine. And then lastly would be my style. And that one I care about. I want my solid out of my 2 options, so I would do 1 out of 2. Go ahead and multiply across, and I get 12 over 24, giving me my same answer. What I'd like you to go ahead and do now is go ahead and try these 2 problems right here. Once you've tried those 2 problems, you may go ahead and check the video for your answers. So my first one here has to do with choice of clothing. 3 tops, 4 bottoms. So I have a green, blue, or orange tops, and then I have bottoms of brown, black, white, or gray. So you can see how I made my tree diagram. I found that there's 12 possibilities, and there is only 1 green and 1 white. So 1 out of the 12 would be the option there. Okay. If I wanted to use a number sentence for that, I would go ahead and think about my top first. I need a green top, so there's 1 out of 3 choices there. And there's my multiplication. I need a white bottom there, so 1 out of 4, which is equal to 1/12. Gives me the same answer. Okay. Go ahead to our next one. 2 dice are thrown together. What is the probability 1 dice will show an even number and the other die will show a 5? So if I look at my first roll here, that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I bring down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 off of each of those as well, giving me a total of 36 options. Okay. But my question asks me, how can I get an even number and